Hi, this is Kubrick Lover 1972, back with another installment of the DVD and Blu-ray collection that I have. This is, I believe, part 26. I was thinking of grouping two things together. I thought maybe because they're old films and the, that they would go together, but I'm thinking maybe they should be two separate videos. So we're gonna do this video on Harold Lloyd. I just have three films of his. They're all Criterions. Anyways, I've only seen one of these movies. I find it very funny, and so let me show you this. Maybe you recognize this. It's a pretty famous shot right here. Safety Last by Harold Lloyd. It's also nice right here. See, they have Harold. Oops, wait a minute. Harold Lloyd. Wait a second. Harold Lloyd on the side there. See, isn't that nice how they put that in there? Here, and then they put Safety Last there. That's really unique. Very innovative. They put a lot of work into it, I think. I'm going to read this to you. The comic genius of silent star Harold Lloyd is eternal. Chaplin is the sweet innocent, Keaton the stoic outsider, but Lloyd, the modern guy striving for success, is us. And with its torrent of perfectly executed gags and astonishing stunts, Safety Last is the perfect introduction to him. Lloyd plays a small-town bumpkin, trying to make it in the big city, who finds employment as a lowly department store clerk. He comes up with a wild publicity stunt to draw attention to the store, resulting in an incredible feat of daring do on his part that gets him started on the climb to success. Laugh out loud funny and jaw-dropping in equal measure, Safety Last is a movie experience par excellence, anchored by a genuine legend. So it's got two discs. It's got a score by Carl Davis from '89. Synchronized and restored under his supervision. Carl Davis, he did a score for Napoleon, the Abel Gance silent film. I have that film, not with the Carl Davis score, but with the score by Carmine Coppola, Francis Ford Coppola's father. I have that on video cassette. It is on Blu-ray, Napoleon, but it's only on Blu-ray in England, so you need a region-free player, or you need a player that plays British DVDs. And that particular version has the Carl Davis score. It's 5 hours and something minutes long. The version I have, it's a video cassette. It's 4 hours and 5 minutes, I believe. And I believe that's going to be released in the U.S. at some point soon. I wish they would release the Kevin Brownlow, who's a restorer of a lot of silent movies. I'd like to see that version, or at least both of those versions together in an edition. I'd like to see that, but we'll see what happens, I guess. It's got an alternate score by organist Gaylord Carter from the late 1960s, audio commentary featuring film critic Leonard Maltin, and director and Harold Lloyd archivist Richard Correll, introduction by Susan Lloyd, Lloyd's granddaughter, and the president of Harold Lloyd Entertainment. 3 newly restored Lloyd shorts: Take a Chance, 1918, Young Mr. Jazz, 1919, and His Royal Slyness, 1920, with commentary by Correll and film writer John Bengston. Disc 2, Harold Lloyd, The Third Genius, a 108-minute documentary from 1989. Locations and Effects, a new documentary featuring Bengston and visual effects expert Craig Barron. Craig Barron, he worked for ILM. I don't know if he's independent of that and working under another auspice or something now, but he did at one time. And a new interview with Davis, and a booklet featuring essay by critic Ed Park. So as you can see, he's climbing a skyscraper right there. He's very, very good at stunts. If you see him hanging on that pole there, He's really not that high up. There's you don't see in the camera, but you don't see in the frame, but there's really a pad below him if he falls, so that he won't get hurt. So he's not really that high. I mean, he is high up, but he's not. You're fooled into thinking that he's not safe. That's what I'm trying to say. So you have this, which is a nice shot there, I think. They really do nice work, Criterion. And then you have you got the disc 1 right there, and you've got disc 2 right there. So, Harold Lloyd liked to do his own stunts. And you got a nice booklet. Also, I believe Harold Lloyd, and correct me if I'm wrong, if people know here better than I do, I think Harold Lloyd was much more popular than Chaplin and Keaton, and he made more money. What I mean by popular is at the time period that they were all making movies. I think he was making the most money, I believe, of the three of them. Him and Keaton and Chaplin. Everybody knows Chaplin and Keaton. Maybe these days, maybe if some of them are not as familiar with Harold Lloyd, but Harold Lloyd was a huge star in the 20s. So this is a really funny movie too. It's a lot of laughs, So that's Safety Last. Then we have, this is I think it's a Blu-ray. No, it's a dual format. The Freshman. I'm not a fan of football, but I don't think you have to be a fan of football to enjoy this film, probably. Harold Lloyd's biggest box office hit was a silent comedy gem featuring the befuddled everyman at his eager best as a new college student. Though he dreams of being a big man on campus, the freshman's careful plans inevitably go hilariously awry, be it on the football field or at the fall frolic. But he gets a climactic chance to prove his mettle and impress the sweet girl he loves in one of the most famous sports sequences ever filmed. The crowd pleaser is a gleeful showcase for Lloyd's slapstick brilliance and incandescent charm, and it is accompanied here by a new orchestral score by Carl Davis. So this has a new 4K digital film transfer from a 1998 restoration by the UCLA Film and Television Archive. New orchestral score composed and conducted by Carl Davis, presented in uncompressed stereo on the Blu-ray. Audio commentary featuring director and Harold Lloyd archivist Richard Correll, film historian Richard Band, and film critic Leonard Maltin. On-camera introduction to the Freshman by Lloyd, and a clip reel, both from Harold Lloyd's Funny Side of Life, 1966. 3 newly restored Lloyd shorts, The Marathon, 1919, with a new piano score by Gabriel Thibodeau, and An Eastern Westerner, and High and Dizzy, both 1920, with new orchestral scores by Davis. Harold Lloyd, by Big Man on Campus, a new visual essay on the film's locations by Lloyd author John Bengston. Conversations between Correll and film historian Kevin Brownlow. Footage from a 1963 Delta Kappa Alpha tribute to Lloyd, featuring comedian Steve Allen, director Delmer Davis, and actor Jack Lemmon. Lloyd's 1953 appearance on the television show What's My Line. and 1 Blu-ray and 2 DVDs with all content available in both formats, plus a booklet featuring essay by critic Stephen Weiner. So, anyways, and this is 76 minutes. Safety last is 73, which is not unusual at this time period. Films during this time period were a fair amount of them were short. So that's not unusual. First, I'll show you the DVDs, and then I'll show you the Blu-ray. Here's DVD 1, and here's DVD 2. You got some crowd scenes there. You see Harold Lloyd right there. You can see him. You got another disc, which is the Blu-ray. And you have this nice booklet. So that's the freshman for you. And then the last one I have of Harold Lloyd. This particular one is a Blu-ray. It's called Speedy. I'll read the back for you. Speedy was the last silent feature to star Harold Lloyd, and one of his very, very best. The slapstick legend reprises his glasses character, this time as a good-natured but scatterbrained New Yorker who can't keep a job. He finally finds his true calling when he becomes determined to help save the city's last horse-drawn streetcar, which is operated by his sweetheart's crusty grandfather. From his joyous visit to Coney Island to its incredible Babe Ruth cameo to his hair-raising climactic stunts on the city's streets, Speedy is an out-of-control love letter to New York that will have you grinning from ear to ear. And it's got a new 4K digital restoration from elements preserved by the UCLA Film and Television Archive, musical score by composer Carl Davis from 1992, synchronized and restored under his supervision and presented in uncompressed stereo, new audio commentary featuring Bruce Goldstein, director of repertory programming at New York Films Forum, and Turner Classic Movies director of programming production Scott McGee. In the Footsteps of Speedy, a new short documentary by Goldstein about the film's New York shoot, selection of rare archival footage of baseball legend Babe Ruth, who was a cameo in the film, presented by David Filippi, director of film and video at the Wexner Center for the Arts, new video essay featuring stills of deleted scenes in the film and narrated by Goldstein, selection of actor Harold Lloyd's home movies narrated by his granddaughter, Susan Lloyd, Bumping into Broadway, a 1919 Lloyd two-reeler, newly restored and with a 2004 score by Robert Israel, plus an essay by critic Philip Lopate. And this one is 86 minutes, so it's a little bit longer than the other two. So, anyways, so here's what it looks like inside. So it's on the water there. Here's the Blu-ray. And then the booklet. Oh, I don't know. It's not a booklet. It's a pamphlet. I'm sorry. I like the design of this. It's pretty interesting. And let me start. Okay. So this looks like it'll be a lot of fun to watch. I'm excited to watch all these films I'm showing you. So that does it. That's Harold Lloyd for you. The next video is going to be Warner Brothers and Gangsters, so be on the lookout. And as always, thanks for watching. Check out my other videos. Don't feel obligated. Like if you take Wajda and Polanski. If you're starting off with Wajda, you don't want to listen to Wajda, you want to go to Kieslowski, fast forward to Kieslowski. Don't like Kieslowski, go to Polanski. You know, watch my poetry, watch my short film, Cost of Love #3. Watch what's the other one? It's not really a film; it's just a storyboard. It's a film I'd like to make at some point. My film I did for digital filmmaking class, Dirty Dog. My garage band music. I just like to get more hits on everything, but I understand people are busy and people have things to do, just like I do, and everybody else here. And there's only so much time in the day, you know, to watch movies, to watch YouTube videos, to do things in your life. So you've got to prioritize. So anyway, I thank you for watching, and next video will be Warner Brothers Gangster. So see you then. Okay, thanks a lot. Bye.